Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 5, Suspect. And let me tell you, a lot of these couples are suspect to me, hoping for the best, not expecting the best, but hey, it's only episode 5. If I was going to give this episode a grade, I would give it a solid C plus. So let's set 900 seconds on the timer and jump right in. So we start off with Misha and Nicola. So it's their first morning, and Nicola is trying to wake Misha, and she's a deep sleeper. She has her eye mask on, and she's like, it's way too early, dude. Why are you waking me? It's only 7:45. And he's like, you sleep so deep, Misha. So they get up and, they're starting to plan their day together. And I think in that moment, Nicola realized it takes a lot of work for Misha to become Misha. She has to steam iron stuff and pick jewelry. It takes him 2 minutes. He puts his pants on, he's ready. Okay, so did they get it on the night before? Mm-mm. There was some heavy petting involved, okay? In Misha's words, heavy petting, nothing that God would get mad at them for. It was all hot and cute, okay? Everything is hot and cute, but nothing that God would get mad at them for. Poor Nicola doesn't even know what the heck heavy petting means. The producer asked him, what happened between you and Misha last night? And asked them, did you guys do some heavy petting? Poor guy didn't even know what the heck the term heavy petting meant. Okay, but everything was hot and cute, and God was not mad at them. Okay, so anyway, they visit. So Nicola takes her on a visit to the motherland. Okay, and they're visiting all these holy sites and the Mary well, where the Virgin Mary went to drink water. And, before that, in the hotel room, Misha was having a discussion on how they could keep things hot and cute. And Nicola's like, if it was up to her, I would pour glue on my hand and have my hand stuck to hers 24/7. But I can't do that. And of course, he needs to work up to the affection and to being hot and cute all the time without God being mad at them. Because after all, he is a 46-year-old virgin who hasn't been with a woman in a very, very, very long time. So I understand, Misha. You want to be hot and cute, but give him time. Okay, so they're in the Holy Land. They're visiting all of, the holy relics and experiencing, religion and religious history. And then Misha brings up the fact that Nicola hasn't told his family about her. He has 2 brothers. Only one of them know about her. His mom doesn't know about her. And he's laughing and he's like, well, tell me where it says in the Bible that your family has to know that you're getting married. Excuse me? What the heck is that? No, 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 no. I mean, Misha has told her whole family. Everybody that's important to her knows about him. And Nicola's like, show me the page in the Bible where it says your family has to know the person that you're marrying. Yeah. Okay. Then, they have their scene in the hotel room, and Misha's, just pushing the fact that Nicola really needs to, introduce Misha to his family, to his brothers. Like, At least she wants to get to know his brothers. Like, she understands that his mom is a traditional Arab woman. His mom wants him to marry a virgin. Okay, she gets it. His mom may not be happy. Let me rephrase this. His mom will not be happy about this whole thing, but at least introduce me to your brothers. Nicola's like, you are most cute when you are mute. Okay. Tyray and Carmela. Yeah, he's still holding on to this. Wait until you listen to this. Okay, so him and his sister are in a farmer's market. Okay, his sister's holding a huge thing of popcorn that looks really good and a slushie. So Tyray still feels like this is all a misunderstanding. Sigh is all I have to say. So he still cries over this, which I get. You invested 4 years of your life into someone that doesn't exist. I get it, Tyray. I get that you're heartbroken and you cry and you're still in denial, but it is not a misunderstanding and it is time to come to terms with it. Okay. So she's not responding to his Snapchat messages. Carmela is leaving all of his Snapchat messages unread. But his theory is, wait a second. What if Carmela was actually a prison pen pal? I'll be back. Okay, so now we went from catfish. Okay, now I have to fix my camera because I screwed myself up here. We went from catfish. Okay, guys, from catfish to love after lockup. I mean, come on. He actually thinks that Carmela could be in prison, and she was his prison pen pal for the past 4 years. And now she's home, and her husband has discovered Tyray, and that is why she has stopped writing him, and she can't pursue this relationship. Okay, not that Tyray, I'm sorry, Carmela is a dude named Christian. No. Tyray has went from 90 Day Fiance to catfish to love after lockup, and we're only on episode 5. Okay, so his sister decided to do her own research. Okay, and she has discovered that these pictures of Carmela that Tyray has received are actually an escort from an escort site. Okay, whether or not this chick exists or whatever, her pictures are on an escort site. So now Tyray's convinced that, you know, her pimp is forcing her to do these things, and he's going to reach out, and he's calling the number, and then no one answers. So his sister is like, I do not understand what in the actual plot. Why is he so delusional? His sister just wants to shake him. I just want to shake him. I'm sure 99.999% of you guys just want to shake him. Tyray, Carmela does not exist. Please. Oh my goodness. Okay. David and Sheila. So David is in the cab with Sheila, just taking it all in. Okay. He is definitely not in Nebraska anymore. Definitely not in America anymore. Okay. So he is just taking it all in. The traffic, the people, the motorbikes everywhere, the bumpy roads. Okay. But he's in Sheila's arms and everything is okay. So they stop to get something to eat. For someone who says, I don't know much sign language and is very worried about communicating with her man, Sheila, I want to give you the award for doing your very damn best to communicate with your man. I mean, it was kind of nasty how she climbed up on that counter with her shoes. But hey, she will bend herself into a pretzel to communicate with her man. So they go into this restaurant. I mean, we're in the Philippines, guys. Okay, so this place was not the best. Run down, kind of nasty, but I bet you the food was bomb. Okay, go into this place, and she's trying to communicate with him. She's trying to ask him, what do you want to eat? And, they have the menu, above the counter. Girl climbs up on the counter and starts pointing at stuff, asking him, do you want this, or do you want this, or do you want this? Okay, so she decides on 2 dishes for them. Then David has to pee. Guess what? The bathroom is broken. Side note, the employee was wearing plastic gloves, touched the bathroom door, the doorknob of the bathroom with the gloves that he had on his hands that he was using to prepare the food. I really hope he changed his gloves so we just didn't see it. But anyway, okay. So David had to go outside to pee around the corner by the garbage. Bathroom was broken. Hey, we're in the Philippines. You get what you get. And Sheila stood there like a good partner and guarded her man while he peed by the garbage cans. So then they come back in, and this is the first of many miscommunications I'm sure they will have. I mean, hearing couples have miscommunications. Couples that could talk to each other have lots of miscommunications. So this will be one of many miscommunications they will have. They sit down, and David just kind of like throws down his jacket, and Sheila thought he was frustrated. And Sheila's like, honey, are you mad? And he's like, no, I'm not mad. I just drew the jacket down. And she's like, oh, okay, I thought you were mad. Hey, it's a miscommunication. Even hearing couples have lots of miscommunications. So they get back to the hotel, and yeah, David said that he booked this hotel because what was it? It's a cheap and guaranteed comfort. He said false advertising. Yeah, David, it was real false advertising. First of all, the room had 2 2 single beds, and Sheila said, no. We're pushing these beds together. And that was the first thing she did. She said, and they pushed the beds together. Secondly, there was a huge bug in the room that they killed together. Yeah, I guess that's true love when you kill a huge bug together. And then, David, you get the award, and I hate to say this, you're a nasty ass. Oh my goodness. I know you were excited. I know you were happy. I know you haven't had sex in the past 3 years, but come on. You could have taken a 5-minute shower to wash your ass before you jumped in that bed with Sheila. Come on. And did you wash your hands before you ate? I mean, you peed by the garbage cans, and then you guys sat down and ate in your hotel room. I didn't see you wash your hands. Dude, you were traveling for 30 hours internationally. Are you a nasty ass? Please. And Sheila commented about how, when you eat, you sound like a smacking pig. I get it. You're deaf. But dude, please, don't be a nasty ass. Oh, okay. Gosh, like Gino. What is it with the guys climbing in bed with their nasty clothes after traveling? Wash your ass. And speaking of Gino and Jasmine, so after their huge fight after the prenup, Gino goes to the bar to have a beer. And here we go. This poor bartender / counselor / cultural advisor tells Gino, after Gino pours his heart out to her. That, mentioning a prenup in their culture in Panama was probably not a good idea because it doesn't go over well. Because usually a woman sees that when she marries a man, she's sharing all of herself with the man. So when a man is asking for a prenup, the way that she sees it mentally, the man doesn't want to give all of himself to the woman. And that's not good. So Gino's like, oh, I get it now. So, and Gino, the wheels start turning and he's like, oh, okay, so maybe Jasmine's not really after all my money, but she is. But maybe it's, I'm hurting her feelings. Okay. Meanwhile, Jasmine is crying to her sister that she thought Gino was her ultimate protector. And she can't believe that Gino would do this to her. I mean, come on. She thought Gino was going to pay her bills forever. How dare he ask for a prenup? I mean, what is wrong with him? Guys, come on. Meanwhile, Jasmine's sister's like, listen, I would just leave him. Like, just leave him. And Jasmine's like, but I can't turn my feelings off for him. And I want this green card so bad. So anyway, Gino, that's it. He drops prenup. Okay. He drops the whole subject about a prenup. But Jasmine has a great idea. Now she's pushing for a will. Oh, yeah. She thinks it is fantastic that Gino gets a will and leaves everything to Jasmine. Okay? If I was Gino, I would be sleeping with one eye open. Seriously. Seriously. Okay. Now we have Christian and Cleo. Christian is leaving in a few days. But he has a problem. His family figured out that Cleo is a trans woman, and they're not really supportive. I mean, they knew he was dating a woman from London, and they were, cool about it. But up until a few days ago, once they figured out Cleo was trans, some of his family members are now not supportive, and they said some really hurtful things. So Christian decided that he was going to cut them off. His friend, John, is not so sure on how Christian's going to deal with this, because John is, says that Christian's always been really close to his family. He lives with one of his brothers. He has two sisters, his parents. And John's like, I really don't know how he's going to deal with this. So now Christian's off at the airport. And now, unfortunately, his family and the things that his family says has gotten to his head. And one of them is like, how are you going to feel, being out with her in public? Are you going to kiss her the first time you see her and things like that? So now Christian has these thoughts in his head, am I going to kiss her in the airport, etc., etc. So now Cleo knows about, what happened with his family, and Cleo is now starting to question how Christian is going to act. Is Christian going to kiss her the first time they see each other? Things of that nature. So Christian's on his way. Cleo's going to pick him up, and let's see what happens. So now we have Riley and Violet. Riley's not happy, guys. He's not happy that, Violet is not spending time with him. It's his first full day in Vietnam. And, Violet has a jam-packed schedule. So, but I just have a question, and it's just a question. Violet says that she's a teacher. Okay. And I have friends that are teachers, educators that work in the education system. They can't exactly take long periods of time off during the school year unless it's during vacations or holiday periods. So I'm just wondering, unless it's during a holiday period, why didn't Riley perhaps plan his trip during a holiday period? Just a question. But Riley calls his friend and tells his friend, that Violet was more beautiful in person. She wasn't crazy about the pearls. His friend said, if I was you, I would take the pearls back. And he tells his friend, I have other gifts, including this ring. It's not exactly an engagement ring or a wedding band. I'm not giving it to her yet, but she has to earn it. Then Violet calls him a little later, and she switched around all her plans, and she's going to make time for him. She's like, yes, you traveled all this way. I realized this, and I've switched everything around, and we're going to spend all this time together. Riley's like, cool. Violet's like, cool. So we'll see what happens. Now, closing out with Razvan and Amanda. And all I have to say is, Amanda, Razvan has been nothing but considerate of your feelings, so shut the fuck up. So anyway, Amanda says that Razvan is not considerate of her feelings because he is going to kiss a girl in his music video that has to do with his career. I would like to ask Amanda, if you were married to Brad Pitt and he had to kiss a bunch of women in a movie, would you be complaining? Would you sit there and tell him, no, I don't want you kissing these women. You're going to make $25 million making this movie, but I don't want you kissing this woman. Just a question. Would you be complaining? Just a question. Well, anyway, she says, Razvan, who, in my humble opinion, has been nothing but considerate of her feelings. I mean, they snuggled with her socks on, and she gave him a huge ass hickey the first night. Okay? But he's not considerate because he is going to kiss a girl in his music video. I mean, it's not like he's asking to randomly shove his tongue down someone's throat just for the hell of it. I mean, he's shooting a music video. But no, he's not considerate of her feelings. Okay, so immediately he becomes triggered and he gets emotional because his first marriage with his wife, ex-wife, I should say, sorry, was extremely toxic for the same reason. She didn't want him doing anything, kissing women, being half naked, or doing anything of that nature because she was extremely jealous, and therefore his marriage fell apart. Now, I'm sure red flag, red flag, red flag is waving in front of his face in regards to Amanda. And Amanda turns to him and says, why are you getting so emotional, honey? I don't know. Maybe because you're reminding him of his ex-wife. So she apologizes. He apologizes for whatever he thinks he did. And she asks, is everything okay? And he's like, yes. And they continue driving. Amanda, you are not ready for this relationship. Go home to your babies who are still grieving their daddy And stay the hell off of TikTok. Just saying. That's all for this week, guys. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button and share my video with a friend or 10. Thank you so much. Bye.